Okay guys, so I'm working on my next panel for the back wall. Now remember, I could easily just throw these sheets of drywall up in one full piece, but I'm trying to make it look like it's a longer wall, so that way I have cuts so I can show you how to do the tape and bed properly, how to do the drywall finish properly with having as many butts or imperfections as possible. I'm not gonna lie, that first one came out a little bit rougher than I wanted it to, but it's all right. I'll fix it. Anyways, so on this one, I did my measurements. I did my my length and my width, which I already have marked out. But what I wanted to show you guys was this box here, right? So this box, I showed you in another video, there's something that I call center, where you're gonna call the center of the object or to it and through it, which means you're gonna call from up to it and then passing it so that way you cut it. This one I did center. So I did right to left. I know it probably looks backwards in the phone, but I did right to left, and the center of that is about 21 and a half. 21 and a half. And then I did top to bottom, which is about 13. So top to bottom is 13. See? Luckily I caught myself, because I need to cut this out first and then I need to mark that. So let me do this first. So the drywall itself is going to be at, where am I at? 39 and a half. Always double check, always double check. Just shy of a half. Okay. And then I'm at 38, I know for sure 38, so I'm gonna go bottom up here. Now when I go to hang this, the other thing is, again, because the framing, that back stud is hidden behind the sidewall stud. So I added these two pieces here to give me something to screw off to. When I get to the bottom part, I didn't add anything. You guys are gonna see what I'm gonna do there. So these are going to be the little studs that I'm gonna have something at least to screw off to. So let's go ahead and make this cut. Again, the whole thought behind this series is to teach you guys how to drywall finish. More than likely, you're not going to be doing the framing. You might not even be doing the hanging. If you're doing the hanging in small patches, doesn't matter if you're off, you're taping, your finishing is what's going to make it look good, and that's all that matters in this scenario. You don't want the drywall to move, obviously, or else it's going to mess up your cut. Okay. So again, fold it back. Let's get rid of that piece. Bend it over. Get rid of that piece. We're going to go ahead and rasp it. Okay, so we're going to rasp this other ugly side. Okay, now I can make the marks for that box. Now I know that my recessed edge is going to be my bottom. Okay, so that's going to be my bottom. So top down, it's going to be 13, and then right to left, I have it marked here as 21 and a half. So 21 and a half is here, 13 is here. So then I made my mark for where the center of this is. Okay? Now I need to remember that my studs are here. my fake studs, my dead wood, my extra studs, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to put a marking there to know that in between here is where I have a stud to screw off, and above this is where I have a stud to screw off. I'm also going to mark up here to know that I have a stud there. And I'll know I have a stud here because I'm following that line. You can also check what your studs are. So 16 and 32. So you can always put a mark. 16 and 32. And if you want, like the chopstick method, use your pencil. Here's your 16. There's your 32. You should be able to follow the lines. Tack a couple of these up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, before I hang this last piece, in the last video you saw me stop. It's because I remembered something I wanted to share with you guys. So whenever I was moving out here from California to Texas, I knew I was gonna have to do a lot of side work. You know, I didn't know how long it was gonna take for me to build up, but I wanted something that I knew I was gonna have the guys that I had back in California to help me on my side jobs. I was gonna have to learn, find guys, whatever. So I needed to figure out how to do some stuff by myself. So in another video you saw, to do my ceilings, I have a drywall lift. When I was looking to, see what I could do, because I've made all kinds of stuff. You've probably seen other videos where guys use 2x4s and they kind of make like a T and it holds it up. That's a pain in the butt, man. And when it slips, that drywall slips and it's a bad day, right? It's a bad day. So I come across this father-son. They invented these little holders. And I'll be honest, I've only used them a few times, but I just want to throw this out there. If I can find the link, I will put that link below, because I love self-employed people. I love people who are inventive, and this guy came up with a great idea. So what it is you can see back here, is that these are holding the drywall, right? So if you're hanging drywall by yourself, and I forgot because these are small panels, right? But I'm acting like these are big panels. So if you're doing this by yourself and you have an 8-foot sheet or whatever, it comes in a set of 2. And all you gotta do is you set this on the stud, okay? Set it on the stud, and then you have to buy, or have some C-clamps, right? And then when you put these around the stud, right here, you put that little part, it slides in the stud, okay? And then you use your C-clamp and you clamp it on, and it holds the stud and it holds this. Just like it's holding it back there, right? I don't know if you can see that. Like it's holding it back here, okay? So you can set it, in line with where you need it to be. You set that in place, they hold it, and it allows you to screw that drywall in hands-free. I think it's a pretty cool deal, right? You can push it up if you need to, and you can screw it in. It also works on ceilings, and what it also came with were these 2 little stoppers, right? So the way that this works is, if you are doing a ceiling piece, and let's say you have a ceiling piece that's up there, then you would screw one of these. I didn't think about using it for the ceiling because I forgot about them. But you screw a piece to the ceiling, and then you have it overhung like that. So you slide your other piece of drywall on there and it holds it up. So you have 2 pieces essentially. Right? Obviously I can't do it right, but you have 2 pieces essentially that are being held up by this little piece that'll help you screw it off and be hands-free. Like I said, I found these guys probably like 3 years ago or something, before we moved. And I've used it just a few times. but it's hands-free. I mean, look, the drywall is not screwed off. It's not screwed off, it's loose. But it's not going anywhere. It's holding it. Again, it's a little panel, but if you use two, I think it'll help hold the strength. So just something to help you guys out if you have to hang by yourself, or if you're looking for a way to get that drywall up there, because again, I say you got to hang the ceiling, then the top of the wall, and then your bottom piece. So some guys like to stack it, but you get a gap that's nasty like that, and we're trying to prevent it. We want it as tight as can be up there. All right, let's keep going.